Hello, my droplets, and welcome back to my channel today. Um, Finally hit 200 subscribers, and I know that might not seem like a lot, but I'm very, very grateful for every one of you who supports me and has subscribed. You are all amazing. Sorry that I have not been around for a while or putting anything out. My personal life has just been, a little hectic. So I will try to put out as much content as I can, but if I tend to disappear for a while, I do apologize in advance. Anyways, let's get on right into the video. So today I want to show you guys how I draw my eyes. I get a lot of comments on how I draw like the iris of my eye and how I make it so glassy looking. So I just wanted to show you guys how I do that. Now, first off, when I draw an eye, I like to do a circle. And no, I am not one of those people who could do like the perfect circle, Not one of those people. Anyways, so I start off with a circle, and this is going to represent the socket of your eye. Like, I guess not the socket, but like your actual eyeball, because it's a circle. Next, I am going to make 2 points. This is going to be the inner corner. This is going to be the outer corner. Then I'm just going to do a rough sketch of the top of the eyelid. Now you don't want to go above the circle because your eyeball rests, inside your eye under the skin. So that is the top. And then here's the bottom. Now the bottom doesn't have that much of a curve, as you can see. So the top of the eyelid, more curvy, the bottom, kind of a bit more flat. Alright, now that's gonna be, what is this, tear duct, that fleshy pink thing that's in your eye, right? Okay, and then me personally, I love drawing female eyes, and I always like that winged eyeliner look. So, as a style choice, that's just, what I'm gonna do. I like to do it like this way. So you have that line there, and you kind of have that curve out top, and then another straight line there. So then you just kind of swoop it. And then here's the bottom lash line. And we are not going to worry about eyelashes yet because, again, this is just a sketch. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this, circle that we have going on there. And I am going to draw in the iris. Now, for my eyes, I like doing semi-realistic styles, so they're going to be more of a bubbly cartoonish, but not, too bubbly cartoonish. Get what I mean, right? Okay, so we have our base sketch. Now, since this is just going to be a quick tutorial, I'm not going to go through and do the line art. I'm just going to show you how I color it, and that will be that. But this sketch will just turn the opacity down a lot. It'll just kind of be our guide. Now, for skin tone, you can pick whatever color that you want. I might go with a darker skin tone this time. And to fill the page in Photoshop, I like to do Control Backspace. I am on Windows. I don't know what it would be for Mac, but for me, it's Control Backspace, and it fills the entire page. Then I'm going to create another layer, and I am going to go through with kind of like a grayish color. I am going to turn that spacing down and just kind of fill it in. I'm just going to clean up. I don't worry about like being messy on top just because I'm going to use the eyeliner to cover. Why is that on a soft? But definitely on the bottom, I want it more of a clean line. like such. Now when I'm drawing eyes, I always like to keep things on a separate layer. And what I mean by that is I have the skin on one layer. I always make the whites of the eye on a separate layer. And then when I'm doing the pupils, I guess not, the iris part, I always create, that's one too many. I always create another layer. And I will show you why in a second. So next, we're going to go through and create our iris. Now for the iris, I am going to be choosing a dark blue. Like I said before, you could choose any color. You could do pink, green, yellow. But just going to go with blue. I like blue. It's a nice color. We're going to go with our darkest shade first to create the base. Now, just for time's sake, I am actually going to take this circle, like make my brush larger and go bloop. Got our circle, or got our iris right there. And I'm just going to go through and kind of erase. Like I said, I don't care if it's messy on top, but definitely on bottom, I want it to be more of a cleaner line right there. Alright, so now that we have our iris, here comes the fun part. Okay, we're going to go up to our selection tool, just an easy selection, and we are going to go with a bit of a lighter color. Just slide that slider down a little bit. And then what I like to do is take a lighter shade that was with the soft brush and just kind of do the bottom of the eye, like so. So that way you have the darkest shade on top where the shadows happen, and then the lighter shade on the bottom, which kind of gives it that glow effect. Next, what I am going to do is, I guess I didn't need to open that. I'm going to take the darkest color again, go through with the hard brush and make a little dot. There you go, you have your little iris. And now you can change the size of your pupil. I guess it's pupil. You could change the size of your pupil to be bigger or smaller. Just kind of change around with the emotion, different things. I tend to do it like kind of on the smaller side. Then after that, I am once again gonna go with a lighter color with a soft brush. Take this lighter color and add that to the bottom as well. Now, it's fine if it kind of seeps over into this pupil part of the eye, because it definitely gives it that glow look, like the light is just popping, if that makes sense. And then we're going to go with the lightest color, and I'm just going to add it in this bottom little portion right here. Then after that, I'm going to take my darker color again and kind of just go along the sides right there. Kind of go through and blend the top of that little circle into the shadows. Alright, so we have the basics of our pupil done. Now I won't add another layer to work on the lashes or the eyeliner. Don't ask me why, it's just a, I don't know, personal decision, I guess. It's gonna be a little rough here. I like to get the base of the eyeliner or lash line down. And then we're gonna work on that wing. And then what you can go ahead and do is with a hard brush, go through and make that nice crisp eyeliner. Okay, so now we have that. Next thing I like to do is take the soft brush and then start adding shadow. It's okay if you go over, we can clean that up later. Add that dark blackness on the bottom lash. Kind of give it that smoky, I don't know, I like doing that weird smoky eye thing on on the bottom. Okay, and then we're gonna go through and clean up the top lash, any excess shadow that you got. Okay, so there is that. I'm gonna take this black color again and go in with the soft brush and do the little outline. Okay, next thing I'm gonna go do is work on the skin for just a second, do some shading here and there. Usually when I'm drawing eyes too, I like to take the hard brush and add that little crease on the bottom of the eye. I guess most people call them eye bags, but everyone's got them. Surprisingly, this is giving me Katara vibes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if you can see it, but then I can go through and add some highlights on the skin. Okay, so now that I have the base of the skin done, we are going to go through, take your base skin color, and back on the layer of your, what is it, iris? Sorry guys, these terms are just flying over my head. Anyways, you're going to take that base skin color and add that bottom lash line. You could take some of that gold highlight that you did and add a bit of that highlight there as well. We're going to take that darkest color again and just add a bit of makeup, under eye shadow. I don't know what you call this thing. Okay, so now that we have that, we add to need. I can't speak. I am sorry. I do apologize, my dear friends. We need to add that fleshy pink portion of the eyeball. I want to do it too pink. All right, and with the soft brush, we're just gonna blend that in there. Take that dark black again. After you've done that, it is now my favorite part. It's time to do the highlights. Now, recently, I have just learned to do like a above the eye kind of highlight. I'm horrible at explaining this, but let me just show you. So you kind of take like this purplish gray color, right? And then you kind of go above in the dark portion and you add that little highlight there, that color. I'm going to go through with that black again, kind of make that line a little harsher. See that? See that? It adds to that little highlight there. Next, you're going to take your white, go to your hard brush, and make a little dot. See? See that dot? Yeah, it's great, huh? Then I like to take the white and kind of add that glow. See how it overlaps on the skin, goes above the skin and adds that highlight. Then kind of off to the side here. And voila, you have that glowy eye effect. Now for the lashes, like most of my other videos, I will be linking in the description the brushes that I use for drawing. Even though it looks like I have a ton, I barely use all of them. So go down to the hairbrush pack that I use, and I use the second brush. We're gonna go with that dark black color. And how I like doing lashes is I like making like really tall lashes first and kind of space them out. And then I go through with little tiny ones and kind of fill in the in-betweens. Then on the very tall ones, again, I like to add a few strands coming in from the side. It's kind of what I do for the top lashes. And then for the bottom ones, kind of the same concept for the top ones. Do a few long strands. And then I go through and fill in short ones. I go through fill in. Then I like to color pick, you know, this kind of gray color that's in the shadows and add a little bit of highlights to the lashes so that you can kind of distinguish the lashes from the liner. And there you go. That is how I draw my eyeballs. If you want to support me, feel free to subscribe, and you can also find me on Instagram at Drop of Creativity. And again, guys, thank you so much for 200 subscribers. It's insane. Probably not, in the grand scheme of things compared to other YouTubers, but to me, you are all awesome, and I'm very grateful for all of your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!